Cameron Colgrove.
I'm Christian Kramer.
We're students at the Institute of Mortuary Science here in Pittsburgh.
And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the removal process, give you guys a few tips and tricks to make the process easier, as well as some things to keep in mind to make it more professional. So in this situation, I'm going to play the funeral director, and Cameron here is going to play the deceased. One of the first things that you want to keep in mind is the way that you present yourself to the families. You're not going to want to wear something like this with a flannel and jeans and tennis shoes. You're going to want to put on a suit and a tie, look more professional, so that when you walk in, your first impression to that family is somebody that's going to help them and somebody that's professional and respectful of their needs. So now that we're in proper attire here, we're going to go make the removal. So when you come up on the house, if it is a home removal, the first thing you're going to do is greet the family, and then you're going to deal with the deceased here. Now you don't really know what type of scene that you're going to come up on, so it's important to keep in mind that you can see anything. First, one of the first things you should do is remove all personal effects and give it to the family if they are present. If they aren't, then you're going to take it with you and eventually give that back to the family. And now you can see here our guy made a bit of a mess, so you're going to want to clean that up before you leave. You don't want the family coming in and seeing, in this case, alcohol and pills all over the table. It's just not something you want to remember your loved one by. So you're going to clean that up after you deal with the deceased here. Alright, so now that we have the area cleaned up here, I put the stool back, cleaned up everything that was on the table. We're ready to make our removal. So in this case, we're on the 5th floor of an apartment building and there's no elevator. So I have our deceased here on our Reeves cot, so we can easily take him up and down the steps. In this case, we're just taking him down. So I'd have my partner grab one end, I would grab here. Now, one thing you do want to remember too is you can really mess up your back if you bend down like this. That's not something you want to do. You want to get your knees into it and really use your legs to do most of the lifting. So I actually illustrated a don't in that last shot. When I went to pick him up, I was a little rough on his head, and you never know, you can have family members standing by. You don't want to ever be too rough with the body. In that case, I had his head up and then down, so that's not something a family member wants to see, so you want to keep that in mind. You also don't want to tighten the straps in front of them too hard. You want to take care in pretty much everything that you do so that their experience of this is not a negative one. And this is also one of the first times that you're making an impression on this family. One other thing that you want to keep in mind when you're making a removal is the house might have some pets, especially vicious ones. Those are very dangerous. In this case, we have a golden retriever, not so dangerous, but you want to keep that in mind when you're making your removal. Another thing, you may have to move some furniture out of the way. If I were making my removal here, we need to get to the door, so we could probably take this stool and put it back here, but you also want to move it back in its original place after you make that removal.
Some things to keep in mind while making a removal is to go into the home without your cot or your paperwork at first, because the family should be greeted with sympathy and you need to assess the situation before you go in. It's a major turnoff for a family to see you there as in just a job. It means so much more to them if you can come in and show that you care about your clients, about your work.
Yeah, and one last thing to keep in mind is you want to keep proper documentation of everything. This is important from a legal standpoint, so you want to make sure that you document everything to the T and right away as well. But that's about it for us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you Monday.
You don't want to just go in and make it look like you're just there picking up meat. You want to show you're just there picking up meat. You're just there picking up meat. You're just there picking up meat.